Alright guys, so a lot of people complain of neck issues, back issues because we're all sitting at desks on Zoom, on Teams, and just doing a lot more online now because of the current situation. So just a few tips about like sitting and how to sit properly and what to do in between to break it up, okay? So there's nothing rocket sciencey in this, but it's just a little bit of common sense and a bit of regularity, okay? Because we all know that when we get stuck into a job or we're on a roll, you could be there for 90 minutes, you could be there for 2.5, 3 hours sometimes, and before realizing you haven't moved really. So what we want to do is set the alarm if you're not used to the habit of it, and then just it'll give you a memo every 30 to 40 minutes to do a little bit of something, right? Because when we sit at a desk like this, with the arms out in front and you're reached over and you might be a bit crouched like this, that forward head position puts a huge amount of strain on the back of the neck, okay? So when that happens for short amounts of time, it's fine, okay? But when it happens for prolonged amounts of time with that forward head position and your head is 5 or 6 kilos and it's tipping that way, it's obviously going to be causing a lot of pressure and a lot of strain down the back and the neck muscles, okay? So they're just going to get tired, and then when they get tired, they start to get crampy a little bit, or get the metabolites of working build up in the tissues, and then they get a bit sore, and then they get a bit painful, and then we're into that cascade of events, okay? So that's why those things happen, okay? So that's a bit of that, and I suppose chair height, adjustable chair is very important, so you can adjust it the way you want to, okay? You want to have some sort of a back support on it, so you can adjust that. If you have one that has support up in the neck, so you can relieve the neck every now and then as well, that's good too. I don't sit at the desk for very long with my work, thankfully. But so just being aware that you can get a good ergonomic assessment, and just if you have any queries around that, just give us a message. Is that all right? You can email us at info@apcphysio.ie, okay, or call us. So that's essential stuff. Supporting the arms at the right height. This is not a great example of the computer height, so we should, if you are on the desk, you should have that lifted up. The monitor should be lifted up so it's at, should be there really for me, if I was doing it the right way. Is that all right? So you'd adjust the height of that off with like some books at home temporarily, but if this is a long-term thing, you can get those laptop holders and they adjust the height as well, okay? So that's one thing. Armrests are another, okay? Also, you can mix up your position, so go down on your knees. So now I'm at a good height for this, and I can work away here, and my arms feel nicely supported. I'm looking at the screen dead on, okay? So that's a better position. And in that position as well, the hip flexor is getting opened up, so you could clench the backside muscles here as you work away, and you're getting the hip flexors to open up, because when you sit for a prolonged amount of time, they're in a shortened position for a lot of it. But now if you kneel, and that's all good, and if the knees are a bit cranky, just put padding under the knees where possible and just break it up that way, okay? Or you could go into what's called half kneeling, so put one foot in front and then again squeeze that glute, so you're opening up that hip flexor and working away for a bit that way, right? You could be on a phone, you could be on Zoom or Teams or whatever doing your thing, okay? So just mixing up your positions that way would be good, right? So there are just a few comments before we get into the second part of the what to do part of this video, all right?